Hi all, in this video let's learn about the basics of JavaScript. So why the name of JavaScript came into picture and why to use the JavaScript and ways to write JavaScript, about JavaScript engine and where what is the best place to keep the JavaScript code. Let's discuss all these points. So initially the name of this JavaScript is LiveScript. Okay, the name of the JavaScript is LiveScript. The script means it's a program set of instructions. Earlier the JavaScript name is LiveScript. At that point it was not went into the market to that level. Okay, it was not went to the market into that level. So that is the reason what they did is they at that times the Java is popular, so it came into market and it is ruling the market. So Java is popular and LiveScript was not went into the market that much. So what they did is they modified the name of this LiveScript by using the popular one. The Java is already popular at that time, so they made this Java and they added the script. So that is the reason the LiveScript became JavaScript. This is the origin of how the JavaScript became like a LiveScript became the JavaScript. So this is how the name became LiveScript from the JavaScript. Fine. So now let's understand why to have JavaScript. Yes, you have HTML, you have CSS. Is that efficient? Is that sufficient to do the applications or not? Yes, with the help of the HTML and the CSS also you can develop the applications, but those applications will be static. It means it would be only read only. You can't do any interaction with the system. So that is the reason why JavaScript came into picture means, so in order to interact with the system, you need to have JavaScript. For example, if you develop an application with HTML and the CSS, what happens? Everyone can see that application. They can have only read only. They can just read whatever you have presented in that web page. But in order to interact, for example, let me show you an application. So let me say this is a red bus application, so where I can book a bus ticket. Here, if you just develop this with the HTML and CSS, just I can have a look at this website, but I can't do any interaction. So the reason why JavaScript came into picture is now you can interact with this application. You can interact with the system. So now I can select from where I want to ticket book a ticket and to where I can select the destination. I can select the date. See, I'm interacting with this web page, which web application. So this is what the JavaScript is doing for us. So this is what I click the search for the buses. So now buses are searching. So it has loaded some data. Okay, we got some data. I click search and it has loaded. We are making some request and we got some response based on our request and we are showing the latest data. So all these things is possible only with respect to the JavaScript. So that is the reason, that is the importance of this JavaScript. Okay, so why JavaScript means here it is not related to with the help of the JavaScript we can develop the AI applications, blockchain applications. It's not like that. The primary basic of JavaScript is like you can interact with the system. So that is what I have done. I can interact, I can select the from date to date, and I can search for the buses and I'm sending the request and I'm getting back the response. This is the main purpose of having the JavaScript. Clear? So now let's see how to write the JavaScript code. This is the HTML page. And in this page, if you see wherever you want, you can write the JavaScript. You need to use the script tag, this one. So this is a script tag you need to use. Within this script tag, opening and brace, whatever you write, that is JavaScript. So I'm writing just an alert. Okay, I'm writing in the alert and I'm saying hello JavaScript. Okay, let me say here, I'm writing an alert and I'm saying this as hello JavaScript. Fine. So if I run this application, what happens now? As I said, you can write script tag and you can write whatever the JavaScript code you want here. Not only under head, not only under the body, anywhere in this HTML, you can directly use this script tag and you can keep your JavaScript code. Fine. So now let's see how it comes. So I'm going back. See, I got the alert at the top. Okay, in the Chrome browser, I'm in the Chrome browser and I wrote a line of code in the JavaScript. So this is how you can write this script tag. You need to write your JavaScript code. Once you write this, so see, it came at the top in the Chrome. So now let's see, I'm seeing the same output in the Mozilla. So if you see in the Mozilla, the alert came in the middle of the page. Clear? It came in the middle of the page. So let me click it once again. So again, I will refresh it. See, it came in the middle of the page alert in the Mozilla, but whereas in the Chrome, it got into the top. Why this difference? The line of code is only single line. You are executing that code in the two different browsers. Why the alert is getting at the top for the Chrome and Firefox it is getting at the middle? The reason behind this is each and every browser has its own JavaScript engine. Okay, you are writing the JavaScript code. Browser is executing your JavaScript code means browser should have something to execute your JavaScript code, right? That is known as a JavaScript engine. In each and every browser, you will be having JavaScript engine to execute your JavaScript code. Fine. So let's see that. So this is what. So Chrome browser has V8 JavaScript engine. Due to this only, this browser can execute the JavaScript code. Like this, each different browsers have their own JavaScript engines. So that is the reason the alert came differently in each browser. So in this browser, it came at the top. In Firefox, it came at the center, and in the Chrome, it came at the top because each browser has a different JavaScript engines. For the Chrome, we use V8 JavaScript engine, which is a famous one, and this is the same JavaScript engine we use in the Node.js as well. For the Firefox browser, we use SpiderMonkey as a JavaScript engine. For IEH, we use a Chakra as a JavaScript engine. All three different browsers, they have their own JavaScript engines. They execute the JavaScript code with the help of these engines. So that is the reason there may be a minor differences while you are executing the JavaScript code. So that is what the example we have seen with the help of this alert. Now let's see what are the ways to write the JavaScript. So this is the one way. In the HTML file only, you can directly paste write your script tag, and you can write whatever you want. So this is the one way. And second way is like you can point to some external file. So script tag, and you are going to point this to the external file, say index.js, and you can close this script tag. Clear? This is one type. So this is like you're writing internal JavaScript. It means you are writing the script tag in the HTML itself, and you are writing the code, whatever the JavaScript code you want, you're writing here itself. So this is one way. This is the internal JavaScript like. And here what you're doing, you're pointing your JavaScript file to this script tag. Fine, this is the second way of writing the JavaScript. It means you need to include your JavaScript file in the HTML. So then only once I load this HTML, so it will parse from the starting to the end. And when it comes to this line, it will fetch this index.js file. So we need to link our external JS files to the HTML page. Then only our JavaScript files will be loaded in the browser. And this is what I'm doing. I'm pointing to the external file. So let me write something here. So I wrote here also I will write some alert. I will say this as an external JavaScript. Okay, I'm writing this as an external JavaScript. So now if I run this, first it will execute this alert. So let's see how it comes in the browser. So I will go to the Chrome browser. See, first I got hello JavaScript. Let me refresh this once. So first I got hello JavaScript. Next I got external JavaScript. So the reason behind this, you wrote two alerts, and one is in the internal and one is pointing to the external. So these are the two ways to write the JavaScript code. Get it? So this is our first one, and this is the second one. Now let's see what is the best place to keep these script tags. Okay, what is the best place? Is it at the in the head or in the body? What is the best place to keep these script tags? So the script tags should be kept at before the end of this body. So this is the best place to point to your script tags. Script JavaScript code should be pointed before this. The reason behind this is whenever the browser is executing the HTML code, it will parse from starting to the ending. So whenever it sees some script, okay, it will stop at this point. It will not go beyond this. It will stop at this script point, and it will download this script. It will parse this script, and it will execute this script as well. Okay, till that point, the users can't see anything because you're blocking the rendering. If you keep the script tags in the head section, what happens when the browser is parsing this, it will stop at this script. It will start downloading it. It will start executing it, parsing it. It does many things here if it sees the script. So meanwhile, you're blocking the rendering. It means users can't see anything unless until the script is executed, execution is done. So that is the reason you need to mention or you need to give the script tags at before the end of this body. Then all the DOM elements which the users can see, that he can see. And later on, once everything is visible to the users, so here you can have a number of divs and your container objects, everything will be available here. And once those are done, then you can easily then you can download this script tag, because you're not blocking the rendering. Users can able to see your web page. Thereafter, you can download your script, you can parse it, you can execute it. Whatever you want, you can do that, because scripts should be loaded at the end of the body tag, because in order to not to stop in order to block not to block the rendering, you need to keep the script tags there. And also, once the UI is loaded, then only, right, you can execute your JavaScript code, you can interact with the system. So before a UI is loaded, what you can do by executing your JavaScript code, right? So that is the reason you need to render all your UI page first, then only you can point your JavaScript files later. So this is the best place to load the JavaScript files. Fine. And one more thing, if you write this src and if you mention some code here, I'm writing one more alert here. So it means I'm writing src and I'm writing some code like this internal in between this script tag also. If I write something like this, okay, I'm just keeping something like this, then only this part would be executed and this will be ignored. If you're writing a script tag, okay, you should do only one thing, whether you need to keep the code in between the script tag or you need to point that to the external file. If you do both, okay, like this, now you are doing the both, then this would be taken priority and it will be ignored this point. Clear, everyone? We have discussed about why the name JavaScript came into picture, what are the different ways to write the JavaScript, and what is the importance of the JavaScript engine, and what is the best place to put your JavaScript code. So these are the things we have discussed now. So hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.